right, so excited to have you on. We are doing a little housekeeping first, putting it all on our Beyond Limits group. So if you're not part of the Beyond Limits Facebook group, Beyond Limits with Ralph Havens, go get on that because there's lots of extra stuff that we put there. And we're recording, so it'll be on YouTube later. All right, so I am psyched. I'm good. I had somebody, hey Walter, hey 858. That's so funny. The number is got an 858 in it and also a 619, which are both area codes from San Diego. Isn't that interesting? So yeah, let me know where you're from if you want. You can click, hey Elaine, you can click in the chat and type in all panelists, click on the button, all panelists and attendees if you want everybody to see what you say. And today is about your holistic blueprint. And before I start, I want to, good morning from southern Minnesota. Wow, how is Minnesota? I used to live in Wisconsin, outside of Madison as a little kid. So, okay, and our phone number person left. Hopefully we didn't offend anybody by putting part of the phone number out there. But hopefully whoever that is will come back. Okay, so beautiful day today, us too. I have a question, it's just for me. Oh good, yay, the phone number person is back. Because I've been doing, I'm in a great group of coaches. I get coaching, I've got 3 groups. I'll just tell you who they are so you can get a sense of what I'm up to. One is Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels. And years ago, I was with a group that sent out emails and not a group, but a company that I used to send my emails out, and another company that I used to make my website things, and they're called Lead Pages or something like that. And then I heard about Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels. And funny thing is, when we were sleeping outside for that year in 2014, and in that house that was toxic, and we were working on it, and so I'll tell you some stories about that in a little bit because it's what showed up today. I wrote some of the things down that I'm going to go over today. And Russell Brunson was hanging up Christmas lights that winter, wondering if he was going to go to jail, and he was out of money because of something the banks did. He was doing nothing illegal, but all of a sudden, the banks decided all the internet guys were doing something shady, and they didn't, even though people were clicking and buying and getting their stuff, all the internet guys around the world, all of a sudden the banks wouldn't pay them. They just kept the money because they thought this can't be legit. And so, so he had been trying to figure this out for a long time, and trying to convince the banks that he was okay. But his payroll person had decided on her own to not tell him that she wasn't paying payroll taxes. So he had all these people working for him, and all these people signing up for coaching and healing and his software, which is called ClickFunnels. And the banks now weren't letting him keep his money at all. They were keeping his money. And so he had to prove that he was legit. And he proved that he was legit. And so he thought, okay, we're going to be okay. And then the money still wasn't coming in. And so he called them, and they said, oh no, we're going to keep keeping your money just in case for, like, I forgot if it was 6 months or for another year. And he's like, what? So all of his money was gone, and his payroll person had quit paying payroll taxes. And his dad happened to look at his books and said, son, you are dealing with the IRS. You can go to jail if they find out that you're not paying payroll taxes. And he didn't have any money. And so he got everybody together right before Christmas in his group, a core group. And he said, look, I think we can do something. And he launched one more webinar and found out a way to get the banks to let him keep the money when people clicked it. And he made like 150,000, I think, in that one webinar. And so he had about 2 or 3, maybe 4 people that were with him, and they're like, okay, we can breathe for a little bit. And so they got rid of all their equipment, got rid of hundreds and hundreds of salespeople and coaches, and just regrouped, got a very small office, and that's where ClickFunnels started. And so that when he was at his lowest point there, that's when we were sleeping outside at our lowest points. And it's okay, Gabby. We're just starting. And this is going to be a great session. Who knows how long we'll go. So, but anyway, so we were both at our low points. And sometime after that, I found ClickFunnels. And I thought, you know, I had in 2014, I had this idea that, wow, it'd be really cool to have a group of people so that even if they couldn't work with me one-on-one, they could work with me in a group. So some of you are on that group where once a month we meet in a over a Zoom call. In the beginning, it was over a YouTube, YouTube hangout thing where people couldn't talk to me, but now we're over Zoom, and like most of the world seems to be right now. And so so I thought, yeah, it'd be cool to do that. And so I had a group of people, and every month I would email our email list, which was not very big at the time. And I got a few people. And so we started it once a month, a thing. And every month there was a group of people, and I always had to email them. And so then I found ClickFunnels, and he said, here's how you can talk to people, to find the people in the world that are looking for what you can help them with. And so I went back in Ben's room. It was a pretty room with all sorts of like kid stuff. And I made 2 little videos like Russell Brunson told me to do. The video about the thing, and then how to get a free short little session. And then if people wanted to get the first month free and then continue with me, they could continue with me for just a little under $20. And so I made these 2 videos, and over the weekend, after setting up one little web page, I had, I think, like 14 people sign up. And I'm like, wow. And then they were in, and they were in every week, every month. And then it's just grown from there. And so Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels, his website, way of making things and reaching people around the world that are looking for you, it worked right out of the box. And so it's been this amazing thing. And I'm going to give you a gift later for those of you that are looking to bring healing stuff to the world, or coaching, or you've got something you want to do, or you can't work in a brick and mortar place anymore. You're wondering how to make money these days in the lockdown thing. And that's a whole nother story. But I'll tell you more about that. And I didn't know I was going to talk like that, but it was really good. And so where are we going from here? So today's session, so I'm glad you're here, but a lot of why you're here could be because I learned how to reach people, Oh, I know what I want to do next. So I want to survey you guys, even though we have a small but mighty group right now. Looks like there's 4 of us plus me, 5 of us to start with. And then the people watching later will be on, and maybe some will be showing up. But I want to ask you, because I've been doing some stuff in one of my groups. So that's one of my groups, ClickFunnels with Russell Brunson, and I get a whole bunch of training about how to get my message out to the world. And then another group is a group I love, and I was so blessed to be able to interview Akbar Sheikh. And so he's one of my coaches right now, and he has a whole team. So I get coaching every single day, 4 weeks a month, 20 sessions that I can get. And I end up getting probably about 2 or 3 of them, different coaches for different parts of how to help people and find people. And what I like about Akbar, love about Akbar is it's all about the North Star is always about what do you need and want? What's in your best interest? And if I can keep myself pointed at that, then that's all that matters. And so I love coaches that are have that kind of integrity. And so that's Akbar. And I got blessed to be able to interview him this week. He gave me like 40 minutes of his time, and he had really important things to say, which is basically find out who can help you, find out who's already done it, model yourself after that, keep working on it, and burn the boats, which means don't have a second plan to bow out. Have a big enough reason why you want to do it, and then never, ever, ever give up. And I've got one more part to that. So that's Akbar. And then there's Christian Michelson, who I'm still working with him and his team every week. And he was the one that went from food stamps to making $5 million a year. And to see him one-on-one, it's $100,000 for a 4-hour a day. He says he only works 4 hours a day, so it's 4 hours. And I've met the people that have paid that. And so I'm not in that part of it, but I'm in another part of it where I get coaching from him. And he's the guy that showed me first how to go inside. And the thing you learned in the first day, how to go inside and clear whatever in you is stopping you from your health, your happiness, your abundance, your work, what you're here to do, getting you through obstacles, helping you connect with your heart's desires. That go inside and feel what you feel until it's done being felt is what he showed me. And I used it yesterday with somebody in our Coach's Secret group named Kate. And you can look for the video of that on my YouTube. And her treatment, her session was might have been about 20, 30 minutes maybe. And then she did a short video of her success story. Her knee pain went 70% better. She tested it before and after, 70% better. And what we worked on was her inner turmoil because she had a business thing that was coming due and she didn't know how to fix it. And it was on 2 hours timeline from where she was. And yet she was spending 30 minutes with me and she didn't know how to fix this thing that needed to get done. Very important deadline in 2 hours. And so that brought up a lot of angst. And so she went inside and did this technique while I was doing some of the energetic healing stuff that we're going to start with you guys in just a minute. And so after clearing that, I said, so now how do you feel about this deadline? And if you don't fix it, it's a disaster. And she says, you know, I forgot her exact words, but basically it was, I feel fine. I feel at peace, even though she hadn't fixed this thing yet. And so I said, go ahead and test your knee. And she was 70% better with her knee. And so I just had another success story yesterday too. Another person that came to me months ago and saw me one-on-one, and what she wanted was to fix her knee. That was the biggest thing. And she also had lots of hopes and dreams and wanted to move to a different city, a different country actually, wanted a different life, wanted to solve a lot of inner stuff and relationship stuff. But what she really wanted was she was concerned about her health and being there for her kids to live actually, because she had other stuff going on. And so she saw me for 7 months. And it's so awesome to work with people that do the work. And she did do the work, and she did lots of that same work that that lady did. And her knee pain has been gone for months. And she did a 11-mile hike with her family and doesn't feel concerned that she's not going to be healthy enough to live, to be there for her family. And she got to move to the country of her dreams, the city of her dreams, the part of the city of her dreams. And I just saw her yesterday from her new place. So she came because she had a concern about her knee and about being healthy enough. Like she was, you know, like, am I going to still be here when my kids need me? And so if you do the work, this works. And I'm a product of my own product here. So, you know, solving bone pain and anxiety and all sorts of chronic stuff that wouldn't let me run 2 different times in my life. And so, you know, when I look back at it, I think, man, this is so good. This is so good. But the funny thing is, when I look back on the bad times, like sleeping outside, I remember Ben and I, he was 2 years old and I was keeping him outside of the house till like 10 o'clock at night because Jen was in the house covered in dust with an air respirator thing, stripping the floors, the carpets, sanding, and we'd come back at 10 o'clock at night and see her covered in dust, and then she would go take a shower and then we'd go sleep in the tent. And some of those times I wasn't as mad as other times, but I was so mad. And I'd go up to the top of the mountain, I'd run to the top of the mountain or to where I could see the top of the mountain, and I would just tell God, just take me or show me what to do. And every step, God was showing me what to do. And the thing is, then I had to do it, you know, and kind of keep testing and tweaking and testing and tweaking. And then what worked, make it work bigger. And so that seems to be the process. And when I'm thinking about it now, I think back of those hard times and I'm kind of nostalgic. I'm like, man, those were good times, sleeping outside and going through all that trouble and not knowing what we were doing and starting my online healing practice and learning the ClickFunnels and getting my first coaches. And I look back on it, it's like, that was pretty cool. In the middle of it, I wasn't like that. And years before that, when I had terrible bone pain for 2 years and depression, and Ben was about to be born, I would go back in the back deck of the house at San Diego and just like, what am I was so depressed. And it was the fluoride that was making me depressed. It wasn't even that I couldn't run. Fluoride makes people depressed. And also gives people bone pain and all sorts of stuff. And I figured that out. And I was so beyond despair at that point, really probably the lowest point of my life. But I found a way out. You know, I asked God again, show me what to do. But looking back on that, now I'm like, wow, those were wild times. I kind of nostalgic again. Like we got out of my office, which I really didn't need to be in an office working with that many people. And I wasn't supposed to do it like that and have insurance and have a PR person that would visit doctors that really, it's not like they were doing, I was like compromising myself to work in a system that doesn't really work and works for some things, the traumas and stuff, but man, doesn't help the autoimmune stuff, doesn't help the chronic stuff, just kind of keeps people in a loop and charges a lot of insurance money for that. And so I wasn't supposed to do that. But at the time I was like, oh God, it's all crumbling. But now looking back, I'm like, golly, that was so brilliantly planned for that to crumble out. Medicare didn't pay us for a year, so I couldn't pay my therapist, so we had to let them go. And then we moved it to the house, and then we decided to go try this homesteading thing in the Pacific Northwest. And so looking back, I'm like, that was some good times, man. On the road for months, camping for months, trying to find our home, finding this place. And so now we're in this place where there's the lockdown, there's the masks, there's an impending vaccine that looks like it's going to kill a lot of people, literally, based on the animal studies. There's all sorts of stuff we're having to homeschool because we don't want to have our kids, you know, in masks and 6 feet away and teaching them about fear. And there's all this stuff. But in the midst of it this time, I feel really happy because this is the most amazing time to be alive. Amazing. These obstacles are catapulting us literally to what we're here to do. So whatever you're dealing with, it's catapulting you. If you get in the catapult and go. And so what I'm playing with now and what we've been doing this week is to be happy in the midst of all this, not to be like, I'm going to be at peace with it. I'm going to be accepting of it. I'm just going to like push my way through it and try to let go of all this fear. We do all that. But if we can go to a place of, oh my God, this is the best times ever. Look at what we get to do. And then go figure out who to get you to help. You know, you're on this with me. Whose help do you need? Who's already done something like this that you want to do? And is there a coach to help you? Is there a group to help you? Has somebody already done it and you can like model yourself after that? And then jumping in with a big smile of like, I love this stuff. I love every bit of this challenge. Because at some point you'll probably get to the next, you know, past it. Hopefully you work through it. Never give up. And you're going to look back and go, man, those were some good times. So it's kind of cool to notice it now. So today we're going to put it all together into a holistic blueprint for you. And I got some gifts for you and ideas, and we'll see where it goes. But so the first day, Monday, was about using any obstacle as the way. So whenever you have any kind of challenge, problem, you think about it, and then you go inside and you feel your body. So if you haven't watched that one, watch that one again and again over the weekend. There's numerous ways that you can get that, but these videos will come down Sunday night, and because we're moving on to something bigger with the whole thing. Plus, I want you to do it and not just leave it there for weeks and never get to it. So go to do that first video again. I'll put the playlist in the email again, and that's the first step. Because when you clear whatever is in your body because of these obstacles, wonderful stuff happens. What we did with that lady, that her knee pain got 70% better yesterday. That was an instant miracle. Yeah, and we'll talk about taking on other people's energy patterns. And great, people are already feeling stuff in their body. Yeah. Okay, and so then the second day, let me think what the second day was. Oh, it was the health stuff, the physical stuff. So there, make sure you're not putting fluoride and gluten and processed sugar and Roundup. Make sure you're eating organic. Don't do vaccines. Truly, just go research that. Message me, and I can give you lots of links. Do your own research on that, because truly, the vaccine and the coronavirus that they're developing, the animal models, it's literally killing the animals, and they're taking away all the liability from the insurance, from the drug companies, so that they won't be liable if they kill people. And there's a lot of really big scientists that were very pro-vaccine, jumping ship and saying, we shouldn't be doing this. We're not doing safety studies. This is not good. And we can't just put this in a bunch of people. And because the animal studies do not look good, yet they're going forward. And so do your research about vaccines. But basically, the second day was about not putting bad stuff in your body, getting out of toxins. The third day, what was the third day? I forgot. We'll go through it. So fourth day was about true meditation, taking that first day and expanding it and really noticing the world and enjoying it. What was the third day? Oh, it was the breathing. So breathing and getting your lungs really clear, because the lungs are 70% of your detox. And today is the whole blueprint for you and some more stuff. So before we start, I just want to survey you, because I was another person I did a session for in our Coach's Secret group, Akbar's group, said, Ralph, don't wear your hat. So I want to just ask everybody, do you guys like our hat? That's our logo. And should I wear a hat? Yes. Oh, thank you. I wear it for a while and then I take it off so I don't. Yeah. You want one? Cool. So yeah. So right now we got a small amount, and people that are with me one-on-one that go the second round of one-on-one, because we only have so many hats. We'll get some more hats, but that are with me one-on-one for a long-term program, they get one. So the person that signed up yesterday with me, she doesn't know yet, but she'll get a hat. So it'll be a black one probably. I'll get the black one, because we only made a couple of brown ones. So we can swap. Okay, so yeah, so talk to me if you want a hat. So I'll wear it for a while. This Sunday I get a haircut, so I wear a hat because my hair gets like this. So okay, so sorry, hang on. Man, I should have brought water up here. I got coffee. So let me see where we're going. Okay, I'm going to do this first. So with another guy I did a session for from our Coach's Secret, we started like this. It was massive. And I love this part because it's pure matrix energetics. And there's something really cool coming in matrix energetics world real soon. My friend Jeffrey and I are going to do something really big for everybody that wants to be in on this. But I'll tell you later. Leave your hair long like Ben. It looks pretty good if it's we'll see. Thank you. Okay, so think about anything that's troubling you. We're gonna do a healing session right off the bat. Think about anything that's troubling you. Think about anything that's in your way. Think about the stuff that's just like, oh God, how do I fix this thing? The stuff that's like anything that's going on, physical stuff, mental, emotional, anguish stuff, big spiritual questions. What do you do with your life stuff? How do you make money stuff? Just think about anything that's there, whether knee pain that's stopping you, concerns about the future, Okay, we're gonna do this 2 times. Okay, now just let go. And now all you gotta do is just watch my hand. This is from Matrix Energetics. So I'm gonna I'll probably be silent for a bit. Mm. Mm. Okay, and now think about your hopes and your dreams. And then let go and just notice my hand. So you guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether you joined late or you were here right at the beginning or you watch as a replay. Okay. Okay. Here we're back. Okay. So now, welcome, Cindy. Okay. Yeah, so I'll write this in the email. But here's our blueprint. Here's the blueprint that you can use. Is of course every golly, it's good to have a place to write it down each day, like a journal. Here's my journal, one of my journals, and like, what do you really want? Like, what's important to you? And what matters the most to you? Yeah, there you go. And then, has somebody done a version of this already? And then model yourself, not like a clone or a mini me, more like a oh, that's their version. I can model myself after that. Like, find out what they did. And then get your plan. Get your plan. Like, write out kind of a brain dump, backlog. Like, write down in your journal all the things that you could possibly do to get there. And of course, we got the stuff from this week, that letting go, that peace process on the first day, and getting rid of toxins, physical toxins on the second day, and doing the breathing thing on the third day to detox really well, doing the noticing thing to just be in knowing that God or infinite is in presence with you just all the time. And so to be in presence, just noticing what you notice all day long. And then today, putting it together into a plan. So you can use all those parts from this week and then do them, do the letting go process, do the noticing process, do the breathing thing, make sure you're not eating gluten, processed sugar, make sure you're eating organic, make sure you're not putting Roundup in your body or have your cell phone next to your head. Educate yourself on vaccines. Message me about that. And then here's an important part. Go through in the end of the day and write down, okay, what's important to me, to you? And we call them green dots. And then you don't want too many green dots on any given day. You want to know, if you could do how many things, one, maybe two, maybe three things that if you got done on the next day would just make your day good. You know how it is, like you get your work done and you just feel good. And if instead you just check Facebook all day long and watch Netflix and take a nap and never get around to the one thing that you really wanted to do that day, it doesn't feel good. So, so you just know what are your green dots. And then in your journal, write down what's your green dot. And so, and then the next part, when are you going to do it? And just make it a thing where it's like, no, 3 o'clock, somebody calls, it's like, no, I've got this planned. I've planned this weeks ago. This is what I'm doing today at 3 o'clock. I can't meet you. I don't check my Facebook then. I don't check my email. I've got this thing to do. And then you do it. And then at the end of the day, it's like you look back and go, yeah, I did it. Or I didn't get all of it done. I'll put it on the green dot list for next week, for tomorrow. And then just kind of check in again, like, okay, what's important to me? What'll get me there? So tomorrow, what's my green dot? Oh, I'll do this one. And then you just keep doing it step by step by step. So that you're not like just spending days and weeks wishing something was different or complaining about something that's there, but you're kind of like working towards it. And you've got people that you're modeling after. It's like, well, they did it like this. I can learn from them, from me if you want, you know. Here's how Ralph got well. Here's how Ralph got a business going. Here's how Ralph started getting his healing work to the world, and other people, who are your people. And then just keep yourself on track and avoid what's called shiny object syndrome, which is like, oh, I'm going to go do this. Oh, I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. It's like, I'll spend the next hour on Facebook clicking like and heart. Nothing wrong with connecting with people, but if you didn't get your green dot done, then you don't feel as good at the end of the day. So that's the thing for your blueprint is like, what do you really want? What's important to you? What matters? It's got to be important enough. And then who's done this? Where can you get the help to figure this out? and then what are your green dots? And then when you get your green dots for the next day, okay, schedule it in. And then it's sacred time so that you get it done. Isn't that cool? That feels really good. So that's your holistic blueprint. And then as you learn more, it's like, oh, I'm going to add this into my routine, my ritual. And so, you know, the peace process, the noticing process thing, that the breathing thing with those Qigong moves, you know, you can add those in. It's what I found that moves the needle the biggest for me is those kind of things. If you got business ideas, healing work, I'll give you some stuff today too. But you just start to like get your plan and chip away at it. And then the key is that peace process we learned on the first day, Monday, and the noticing thing that we learned yesterday, and the breathing thing that we learned Wednesday, doing those on a regular basis, what that does is it clears the junk that's in the way, actually uses the junk that's in the way, the obstacles, as the way to greater version of you and happiness. And then what happens is happiness comes in. And then it's like in the midst of all the chaos and the way the world is and the craziness and the challenges, there's a part of you that's really enjoying it. And so more and more you just start to like, oh, this is so good. Look at what I'm doing. Like you're in the middle of the football game and you're down by 7 points and there's only 50 seconds left, but you're enjoying every minute of it. It's like, what a game. Shiny object, wanting some excitement. Yeah, so you could think of, so for Elaine, wanting some excitement, it is kind of like that, like living like a little kid. Like you might even just put, let's do this one. Let's do this right now. Okay, think about what it would be like how might I live like a little kid, totally excited, engrossed, total immersion into what I want to do. Like, you know, my little boys, Ben was way into gendamas and we bought him some gendamas. He studied it like crazy and did it. And then he was into stacking and he watched all the YouTube videos of the best in the world and he got really good at it. And the Perplexus And running, he's like, he studies it. He looks at the best in the world. And then he does it. And he obsesses about it. And he wakes up in the morning and that's what he thinks about. And he's away from that and he just wants to get back home to kind of do it some more. So, how might we live like a little kid, excited, total immersion, and really going for it? So on 3, 2, 1. And let's let go. And then go inside your bodies and feel whatever you feel. Yeah, and just kind of hang out there and keep your journal close by because you might just get some real big things, big green dots like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to do it. And then you do it and you test it and you tweak it and you make it better and you dump some stuff and you bring other stuff in and you keep going like a little kid, like, how do I get better at this? Who's already done it? Who are the experts at this? Who can I learn from? Who can I just model after? And it's your education. So your blueprint, your holistic blueprint is like this living thing that you're doing and you're connected to what's really important, what really matters, using every obstacle as the way by going inside and feeling whatever you feel, noticing every bit of it with your eyes, ears, nose, mouth. What are you feeling, experiencing it in the moment, just noticing it. And then happiness comes in and then you're living like a little kid. Awesome, okay, Gabby. So that's it. Draw, paint, upload on the internet, and make money from it. Send me your links. Send me your links. Yeah, so Gabby is on it. She's got a course that she did and she's in and it's teaching her to do that, to draw, paint, upload on the internet, make money. Share it, we'll share it. We'll share it. Share it like crazy. I'll share it like crazy. I've seen your work. I have some of your work. Share it like crazy. Send me the links. And be patient and be still. That's perfect too. So spending some time, like Elaine said, being patient, and that is key, being patient. We don't know how long it's going to take, but if we just decide perseverance, like we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Or we're going to die trying to do it, but we're going to do it. There's no plan B about this thing. So, but being patient about the timeline, knowing that we're just not going to give up. And then going inside, like we did in day 1 and day 4. So let's all go inside now and let go of any thinking and just feel whatever that is without words. There we go. You guys are great, man. Yeah, so there's a being patient, being easy on yourself, but not so easy on yourself that you don't take action. Being still, but being still doesn't mean don't do anything. It means it's like day 4 and day 1. It's like noticing what you notice. And so you might be doing a big project and doing a lot of stuff, but you're also noticing what you notice. There you go. So the action, it's kind of like when you are playing a sports game like football or something, there you're not thinking about your laundry list of things to do or what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. You're like down 7 points and there's 50 seconds left. You're just thinking about the next moment. So that's actually stillness. Yeah, so that's awesome. So Gabby's feeling, when she thinks about her green dot, like her action, what she's going to do, she has a feeling inside her body, happiness. And so, yeah, feeling that. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of like with me when I was in those really hard times, I definitely wasn't in the moment, and I definitely wasn't enjoying it. Looking back, I'm like, man, I could have enjoyed it a little bit more. And so nowadays it's getting more and more like we are in the time of our lives. What an opportunity. This is going to catapult us to greatness. And there are some people that are thriving really big. My work is taking off more during these lockdown times. I mean, people have to go online for their healing more and more. And online education is giant right now because all these people are trying to figure out how to homeschool. So there's industries that are just like, whoa. And right now, if you have something that you've figured out, you were here and you figured something out, or you're here and you're starting to figure something out, there's somebody that's still right here that would love to know how to get here. And so even though you haven't got here, if you're figuring stuff out and you've got a big interest and this is your thing, to figure this out, to learn, to grow, to paint, to do healing work, to whatever it is, and somebody's here, they'll pay you money to get here. And then as they get closer, you'll be here. And as they get closer, you'll be here. And then it's like, you're doing this. So there's a way to help people. And the new way of education isn't so much schooling them and kind of telling them what to do and what to learn. It's more like, who wants to learn? I've got something that I'm figuring out. You want to come with me? It's like, cool. And so it's kind of like that. Walter wants to crawl in a hole and die. You might help some people teach that too. So yeah. So what you can do with that, Walter, is to go inside right now and feel whatever that is. So let go of your thoughts. So I felt a version of that when I had bone pain and depression. It's really, really tough place to be. Go inside and just feel it for this next bit. Just feel it. And then chat in the chat room where it is in your body. So this is our plan. Get a plan, put it on your schedule, make sure it's a plan worth going for. So when you think of, you just want to crawl in a hole and die, just let that go for a bit and then go inside your body without trying to fix anything and just sit there with your own body and notice what's happening in your body and then chat in and let me know. And anybody that is trying to fix Walter or feeling worried or sad or concerned, there you go. And then let's let that go. And then let's go inside our bodies and notice what we feel in us without trying to fix anything. Good job, you guys. Let me see what my notes say. I'm doing this. Yeah, let's everybody stay inside your body. This was day one. just stay inside your body. Notice what you notice. Notice where the most intense part is. Stay with it. That's it. Wherever you are, whether you're excited about what's coming or you're really just want to crawl in a hole and die, wherever you are, just let go of the thoughts for a moment and go inside your body and notice what's happening now. Yeah. So Elaine said, I felt earlier like a lot of grief inside me, but I ignored it. And so, yeah, so sometimes that's good. And then you go do what you got to do anyway. But then as a process, as a spiritual practice, as a way to really use that grief to get you to the next level, you just let go of the thoughts or trying to ignore it. And you just go feel where it is in your body. And you don't even call it grief. You just notice where is that and what is it doing physically? What's the physical thing it's doing right now? So we're all in our body. We're all noticing. I wonder what I would have done back then. So, Walter, if you want to think about your son right now, the one that decided to quit drinking, and his daughter, I believe it's his daughter, and then let go and go inside your body and just notice what you notice. Where's the most intense sensation? And then message me. Where is it? Everybody's noticing what they notice in their body. Notice what you notice in your body. Stay with it. Experience it. Just sit with it. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's good, man. Head, right hand, and heart. Go to the most intense part, the head, the right hand, or the heart. Why stick with the head or the heart? Hmm. I have some one-on-one clients. They're a family, so 3 of them are working with me. Mom, daughter, and daughter's husband, and they've been with me for a while, quite a few cycles, and without divulging too much personal stuff, um, one of them looked like they weren't going to make it, and also hadn't had a job in like a year, and was burning through lots of cash because of real estate things that had happened, and kept chipping away at it and doing this work and doing this work. And that person doesn't have a condition anymore, has a job, high-powered, high-paying job. Everybody's getting healthier and happier. And they do this a lot. They go inside their body and they feel it, and they know what's important, and they're taking action. In fact, they're just moving into their new house this month. Now, along the way, there was a lot of like, what is going on? Lots of problems. This is awful. You know, like it was going like this, but it was like going like this as it went like this. So, yeah. You know, years ago, I was in San Diego. I got my running back. I was still had a tight hip, but I was working on it. I was running, and I had a book called The Self-Trained Runner. And I was going through all the training, and I was doing all the workouts, and I was getting faster and doing stuff. Um, and um, and I could do it that way. And then sometime after that, I kept training harder and harder, and I kept getting injured. So I kept having like down parts, and I have to come back up and down parts. And I was training myself. And then I finally got a coach who had been a world-class runner and ran for Nike. And now he was in San Diego and he was coaching, and he had a group, and I hired him. And so I started working with that group, and he looked at my stuff and said, dude, we averaged out all your miles, and you keep trying to run 80, 90 miles a week. But when we average it out over the months, your average is like 50, because I kept getting injured. So he said, so we're going to put you at 50 and keep you there and just build up little by little. And over the year, I built up to just a little under 70 miles a week, which used to be not thought of as much miles for me, but that's what I was running. And I ran my best marathon ever. And I had a group of guys that had been, some of them been to the Olympics. One guy that was fifth at the Olympics in Seoul, South Korea, in the 1500 meters, and other people that had been to the Olympic trials and had American records, and other people. And that was my group. And my coach said, Ralphie, he used to call me Ralphie, you just keep coming, keep showing up, and you're going to be the boss of this group. And I didn't go to the Olympics, but I got pretty darn good and ran my best marathon under him. And so the group showed me how to do it. I kind of modeled just by osmosis those guys, and they were doing it, so I was doing it. I was doing the same kind of workouts. I had a coach that was telling me every step of the way. And so, and it was so much more fun than having a book and trying to figure it out and do it on my own. So, so there's different ways to model. You know, you want to model what works, who are your people, and it could be online nowadays, you know, more than other days. And is there somebody that can help you get there? Whether it's, you know, free stuff or, you know, my stuff or someone else's stuff, who can help you get there? And of course, the more hand-holding along the way, coaching is what works. Coaching just works. So there's ways to get group coaching, there's ways to get free stuff, and there's ways to get more. So that's my recommendation is just go get the help you need from the person that you need it from, and be in the group that can help you get there, and then start to not be around the people and the stuff that can just kind of keep you dragged down. Yeah, what does happy family is going to, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so what have they done? She hired me first as a one-on-one healer coach because she was way into matrix energetics and she wanted fast ways, like just fix this pattern. And then and so we started doing that, and then she started learning and doing this peace process thing. And she with it, she had the different videos that are part of my online stuff, but she was with me one-on-one, so I was giving her those. And every day she would do videos. And then once a week, she would meet me one-on-one. And sometimes her spouse was with her and sometimes not. And we would work on stuff, whatever was up for her. And so she kept basically showing up, doing the peace process, getting healing work, and then getting something to do. Like, okay, let's get you off of gluten. And then a week would go by. It's like, okay, where are you at now? And what's up? And let's do some healing stuff like we've been doing. Do what's up, do the peace process, go inside and feel it. And then here's the next thing to do this Qigong move. And then show up the next week. And she kept showing up. And she kept, it's like, I asked my coach Akbar, like, you know, was there a secret? Was there something that happened big? And he said, truthfully, it's like test, tweak, and scale. That was the business model. But it's basically each little step, just do the next step, and have a plan and have somebody to help you. So she just kept showing up every week. And then her spouse no longer had the medical condition that everybody was worried about. And then he got a job, a big job. Then they moved. And I mean, really moved. It's like he's pretty much as far as you can move in the earth to a different place. And actually, they did this before they met me, but they were in the process of all that. And she basically just kept showing up and doing each part. So the 5 days that we've been a part of have these different components. And the online stuff I have is like the book that I used when I was training your own self as a runner book. It's like all my online products have these components in them, and you can keep chipping away. And so that's what she did. Gluten-free, doing the Qigong, and she does a lot of it, doing a lot of the noticing what you notice. That was one, when she was doing that one, that's when a lot of abundance came in. I'm talking a lot of money. And so every step of the way, she kept using the obstacle as the way and going inside and doing the work and watching videos and then meeting with me and doing the nutrition and going through the hard times and frustration and then using it again and showing up. She basically kept showing up, and she wasn't going to give up because her family was really important. So then someone else in her family, she signed them up, and they had a lot of shifts. So it's like this thing. And I was telling him just a few weeks ago, because I did a co-one with a couple of them, and you know, all of us together, and I told her that because you and your family are doing this work, you're emitting this, it's like you're connected to source. And so that is driving the whole thing. And then everybody in the family gets to start doing better stuff. And they think that they're, you know, it just like what they're doing is making a difference. And it is, but these two women and this guy in the family are doing the work energetically and in the physical world, and they're just taking the next step. It's kind of like my running coach. It's like, just keep showing up for the interval day, keep showing up for the tempo day, keep showing up for the long run day, take your naps, don't drink too much, you know, go to sleep early, just do every piece that a world-class runner does, and you'll get there. And so so that's what they got. Let's see, they got entrained. Yeah, they basically, you learn from the people that have done it, and then you start to go. And so that's what they did, and they're still doing it. And they plan to just keep doing it as we all grow. Like, you know, I was here when they were here and I showed them stuff, and then I was here, and it's like, we kind of like, I just, they're growing with me. So, so that's what they did. And so what I have for you is a Love Your Life Again blueprint call session. So whether you've had a one-on-one free session with me or not, that's not important to me. I just want to really dial in what you want. So how did they do it? They had a plan and they work with me one-on-one, and they did every bit of it. Some people work with me and they don't do a lot and have excuses why they can't do this or that. And the results are less spectacular than if they just do everything, total immersion, like Ben when he studies something. And so what I have for you as a gift is my time. It's the biggest gift I can give you is my time. An hour with me to go through and see what is going on with you. What do you want? Why is it important? And real short, condensed version this time, like maybe less than an hour, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever we need. And in the past, I've done them, hour and a half, 2 hours with people, and that's good. And I still might do some of those, but this is like a short version, like what's going on? What's the thing that you really need? Let's get you your plan, your blueprint, so you can get to what you really want. And then let's decide, do you want to do it? And so this is for, I'll do it with you because you've been with me. But what I'm really doing it for is who wants to join me one-on-one? And I only have so much time for one-on-one people. Like one person just re-up. So down, I got, I think 2 more spots left, but I'll open up spots for you guys if we need to. But basically this call is like, if you really want more help, let me know. And let's get on a blueprint call and get your plan. Like, how did they do it? They had their plan, and then they just kept chipping away at it and kept doing the green dots, and they're still doing it. And so we can get your plan and then make sure you've got it all in place. So they did versions of this 5-day thing, but real specific, real individualized, and clearing stuff as it came up every single week. And it's why I have coaches. I remember last August, July, I think, it had been quite a few months since anybody had signed up with me. And I was like, what is going on? I had really good coaching and I figured this out, and I've been going and doing what I've been doing. And I'm like, why are people not connecting for these past few months? And then Jen and I realized, oh my goodness, we haven't had a coach in a while. So it was like, oh, okay. So I signed up with one of my coaches, and then I kept getting drawn to Akbar. So I was like, I prayed to God and I said, when I call Akbar, let me not get I didn't say not get a salesperson, but I said, let me talk to Akbar himself. And I got on the call and it was Akbar. He said, yeah, my salesperson literally just quit an hour ago to travel the world. So you get me. And I'm like, whoa. And so as I was talking to him just a little bit, I said, I'll take what you, he says, yeah, it's my birthday today. So it's actually the last day of this thing I'm just starting. And I said, I'll take it. And he said, you don't know what it is. And I said, I don't care, I'll take it. And he says, you don't know what it costs. And I said, I don't care, I'll take it. And so so he told me, and it was a few $1,000s, and I paid it. Then I went outside to see Jen. We were still living out by the mountain. And I said, Jen, I just spent this much money, and I've got our next coach. And she's like, and we'd already signed up with the other coach too. And she goes, okay. Jen is like that. And within, it was probably 2 or 3 days, maybe less, I had 3 new clients that wanted full-on packages for months. And one guy has actually re-upped since then. And so what I noticed is that while you can keep chipping away at it, and you can get there like that. And if you don't have the money, that's okay. You just do what you can. But what I've noticed is numerous times in my life, I've just put it on a credit card. I remember when I was in San Diego, and my practice, I had one therapist who was part-time and me, and we were looking at the money, and every month I was paying more money out than I was making. I mean, I might as well have not worked. I would have made more money. And my friend, her name's Tu, from LA, worked for my friend Sheila in LA, and Sheila had a thriving practice. And she had been using these Scientologists as a business consultant. And Tu was like, you should just do it. It worked for Sheila. So I looked into it, and it was like $25,000 that I didn't have. And I put it on a credit card. And within that many months, 9 months, I was in the black. Everything was going better, and my therapist was full time. And then I spent another $25,000. And over the course of 5 years, I think I spent $150,000 with them and learned a lot and put a lot of systems in place. And I had 5 therapists working for me, and I was making the highest $600,000 in a year. I was spending a lot on salary because I was paying them $50 an hour to work for me, and I had 3 front office people, and so it was quite an operation. Not operation, quite a group we had. It was fun, but I just knew I needed help, and I knew I didn't know how to do it. And when I got my first coach, before I even knew what coaching was, I literally Googled business coaches for distance healers, and it's like a thing. And so I interviewed a bunch, basically got on a bunch of free calls with people, and I found one, Kathy Wilkie from New York. And she said, Ralph, I'll work with you, but you got to raise your rates. And I'm like, I don't have very many clients, right? We're like, we might've been about to start sleeping outside, or we were right at about that same time. And she goes, I don't care. If you're going to work with me, this is what you got to do. So I raised my rates, and within an hour I had 3 calls from people from around the world at my new rate. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And she brought us from making very little money, practically nothing, to 30. She like 4x'd our business, 400% up in the 6 months I was with her. So it's like, I just learned that if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to get the help. And so that's my biggest recommendation is go find who your people are and who's already done this, a version of that can show you how to do it. And I'm going to do, yeah, that's okay. If your credit cards are maxed out, that's okay. We'll figure something out. But, and I can guide you to lots of free stuff. So because you're with me and you've been with me for these 5 days, this Love Your Life Blueprint call is for you, whether you can afford me or not, because I'm going to do this, and we'll get you in somewhere over this next few weeks as my schedule lets me, and we'll map out your plan. And wherever you are, we'll get a plan. Maybe it's some free stuff. Maybe it's some group stuff at not too much money. Maybe it's something I'll tell you about in just a second. Or maybe it's a way to work one-on-one. And let's do it. Let's do it. And we'll just figure it out and get you your plan. Because if you have your plan, if you have a big enough reason why, and then you figure out who's done it and get your plan of how to do it, and then you keep working on your inner stuff, like what's happening in my body, you'll bump into all sorts of resistance. I got to charge people money for this. This is happening. This is happening. So you're trying to make money thing. You're trying to have a healing practice thing. You're trying to have a painting business thing. You've got these challenges. Whatever it is, you go inside and you feel what's happening, and then you get back to work. And then you go try to feel happy. And every step of the way, you get as much help as you need, but you get really clear about who is the person that's going to help me. If I'm the person, let's do it. And if I'm the person and you don't have the money, let's do it in a group way for just a little bit of money. Or let's do it with the free stuff till you get a little bit of money. Or this next step is going to be cool. So, and I'll send you these links. So what I pay Russell Brunson, how much do I pay him? It's $300 a month, but I pay it for the year. So it turns into somewhere in the $200 range, but a month to have my ClickFunnels thing. But I pay for the platinum program because I have this thing called an affiliate program. So what I'm going to do is give you a link, and some of you are already on it, but you might not be using it. And if you like my work and you want to share it, I'll split the money with you. So basically, because as a thank you, a commission. So you sign up for this thing, you put your email address in, which basically tells me where to send you money. And I do this with people. Then when you share my programs like End Anxiety Forever, Enlighten Up and Get What You Want, Miracles, Magic, Healing, and more, my different programs, when people pay, you get half of the money. After a month goes by, it has to be a month that goes by after they paid, and then I go in and I check at the beginning of the month, and I pay people half the money. So you can start sharing my work and making money. And there's another way that kind of makes it really cool, because you can do it while you sleep. And so you can shoot a video. Just take your phone and shoot a video and send it to me. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know and we'll get on a short call and just shoot your video. But really just shoot a video, send it to me of how this 5 days has been. Or if you've been working with me one-on-one or in a group or something, just kind of what your experience is and what your story is, like what happened. And let people know, because those 2 women that, one that worked with me for a long time and is still working with me and having great results, got over knee pain and a lot of stuff. And the other one that got over knee pain in one 20-minute session, 70% better, they shot me little videos. And so if you shoot me a video of your testimonial, then we can put your affiliate link at the end of that video. So if somebody watches your video, they go, that is cool. And then a little thing pops up that says, hey, End Anxiety Forever, or Enlighten Up and Get What You Want, or Miracles, Magic, and Coffee, or Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More sessions. And they click on it and they go, oh, I like that. And they pay for it, then you get half the money. And so your testimonial then becomes a billboard thing that travels around the internet. And when somebody watches it and they click that button, you get half the money if they buy it. So that's a way to start making money, helping people with their healing and helping us share our stuff. So, but yeah, so that's the gift. So a way to make money by sharing this work. It's pretty simple, and just send me a video. I love to hear stories. When I sit there and listen to these stories, I'm like, that is cool. That's cool. That person's doing so well. It's so cool that I was a part of, got to experience that with them, because God is the one that does the healing. And so, so yeah, let's heal yourself and then heal the world and get you what you want. So that's what I got for you. I'm so glad you were here for 5 days. And if there's a way, if you want to work with me one-on-one, get on a call. Let's do this Love Your Life Again blueprint, Love Your Life Again blueprint call. And wherever you're at, let's figure out how to get you there. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, let's figure it out, because that is the fastest, best way to do it. My time is my biggest gift I can give you, my presence and my time. And my learning curve, I've literally spent $750,000 over 35 years. I literally have on my training. And just to give you a little backstory on that, I was talking to my coach and about like, why do you think you do that, Ralph? That's an enormous amount of money. What was that all about? And it's my mom. My mom is still alive. I haven't talked to her in many years. And she doesn't have phones. She burned all my pictures of me and got rid of all the video. I have one little snippet of video from an 8mm film where I was about 7 or 8, probably like as old as Ben is now. And I was so excited, and I saw a video of my mom and my stepdad a little bit, like, oh, there they are. But that's all I got of that. And she's paranoid, and she thinks the world's out to get her, and she's failed in every way, even though she has a PhD and she was really smart and valedictorian. And I think I'm working to, it's like I'm trying, there's something about, I'm working to like help people, because I couldn't help her. And I've let that go. Hopefully we get to go visit her next February if they let us travel around, because I'm going to be in Nashville, an hour away from her at one of my conferences. But I think that's why I spend so much money. And I also wanted to get rid of anxiety and sweaty hands and get a girlfriend. So anyway, if you want to get farther down the road and you think I can help, let's jump on a call. So let me give you my thing here. This is my personal link. So don't share this. This is for you. I will share this with anybody that's watching these things. Oh my goodness, I never put it on Facebook. Oh well, it'll be on Facebook later. It's just for you guys. It'll be on Facebook later. Okay, so here's my link. Love Your Life Again blueprint. Yeah, so the thing is, if you want my help, let's figure out how to get you there. And I will see you guys very soon Anybody have any more questions or need anything? Yeah, we'll figure some way to get you the 5-day thing, Elaine. I'm going to put it together some way. So watch them right now. Yeah, and let me give you that link too for that. Hang on, just so you have it here. Let's see, YouTube. Playlist. Yeah, so this will be up through Sunday. So go watch them all again. This is the link for, there's 4 videos up now, and this one will be up later. That's awesome. Yeah, make money online, Gabby, and get the affiliate links. And if you're not already on it, let me get you that too. Hang on. I'll put that all here, but then I'll send it to you too. So let me go to my ClickFunnels. Love ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is freedom. Okay. Russell Brunson says, the life you want is going to be fueled by the money, by the business you create. And he shows us how to do it. One of the many, him and Akbar, Christian. Okay. So no, not that one. Let's see, this one. Affiliate access. I think this is, and I hope I how come that's not doing that? Here we go. Okay, hopefully this works. This is the affiliate place. Share our work. 50%. Thank you. I do say thank you for sharing. So let's see. So the thing, I'll put it all in the email, but so there's the playlist of the different videos. There's my link to where'd my link go? Let me put my link to go grab a time with me. Okay, here's the link. Go grab okay, so there's the time with, go grab a time with me. There's the affiliate link so you can share our work and make money. There's the playlist of the different stuff, and I'll put it all in the email too. Okay, you guys, so good to see you. This was so fun, and we'll get this to you. Watch it over the weekend, and then shoot me a little video of what you've noticed. Walter, send me some messages. Okay, you guys, you're so welcome, Cindy. So good to see everybody. So good to see everybody. I think I want to do, let's do this. No, let's just call it. Let's call it. This is good. Okay, you guys, have a great day, and I will see you all very soon. Let's get out there and live. Let's really live.